The Apple M1 chip, one of the most unique chips that Apple has ever made, and this chip is pretty unique because no other chip is built the way Apple M1 is built, and big thumbs up for that because of the unique design of Apple M1. The performance is just amazing, I should say. Yet people are worried about the Apple M1's performance, long-term performance, especially with the MacBook Air, considering that there is no any cooling fan on that. And yes, because of lack of upgradability, you just cannot upgrade any of your MacBook or Mac Minis late 2020 edition that comes with M1. So in this video, I'll be comparing the Apple M1 chip with that of Intel Core i3 10th generation processor. So this is the same processor that came with Mac Minis like early 2020s and before that. Hey guys, all about technology 24/7 here. If you like what you're watching, then I would appreciate if you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you receive all the latest updates from my channel. Also like this video if you did. Let's now get started. So as we have already seen, the Apple M1 is pretty unique because of its design, like all of the components including CPU, GPU, RAM, neural engine and everything is built into a single block, and because of this design there is huge performance improvements here. Yes, we have seen this in terms of benchmark, also real world usage. It just crushed the previous generation Intel based Mac PCs. So talking about the processor count on the Apple M1, it's a 8 core processor here and it's the big little configuration, which means that you get 4 high performance cores and 4 high energy efficient cores. So this will switch based on the task what you're doing onto your laptop. Like if you're doing some lighter task, only 4 energy efficient cores will be activated, whereas if you're doing some high demanding task, then all the 8 cores will be activated including the high powered ones, and this will give you much more performance boost. Also it will like kick in the performance whenever it requires. So because of such a design, you will get amazing battery life from this processor, that's for sure. Talking about the processor count on the Intel Core i3, it's a dual core processor guys, 2 cores, 4 threads. That's it, only 2 cores, and it's clocked at 1.2 GHz base frequency and 3.4 GHz max turbo frequency. Yes, straight away I can say that Apple M1 blows this chip away, that's for sure, because Apple M1 has got 6 extra cores. It's a 8 core processor, whereas this is just a 2 core processor I can say, and both the single core and multi-core performance is gonna be a day and night difference when we compare it with the Apple M1, that's for sure. These two processors are like completely different architecture. Intel is running on x86 based architecture, whereas Apple is running on ARM architecture. Yes, ARM architecture, and that's why it's taking a little bit of time for the apps to get compatible or to get optimized for M1. So talking about the onboard cache on the Apple M1, we have got 192 KB of instruction cache and 128 KB of data cache, and it shares a 12 MB of L2 cache. The low performance cores have got 128 KB of instruction cache, 64 KB of data cache, and it shares 4 MB of L2 cache here. So talking about the onboard cache on the Intel Core i3 10th Gen, we have got only 4 MB of Intel Smart Cache. That's it, 4 MB. And definitely Apple M1 has got much better onboard cache when we compare it with this thing. So now the most important thing about any processor, the onboard graphics. Talking about the onboard graphics on the Apple M1, we have got a 8 core GPU here by Apple, and this GPU is pretty amazing I should say, because I have seen the real world usage of this thing and it does wonders, because in terms of raw video editing, 4K video editing or 3D modeling, all this stuff, it does without any lags. That's what it is, no lag whatsoever. Despite some of the applications aren't yet optimized for the M1, still there are no lags whatsoever while you're doing your stuff, which is based on graphic. So yeah, Apple has definitely optimized the graphics a lot, and the claims what Apple was making that it's like 5 times better than other GPUs. So I can say it's not 5 times better than other GPUs, but still it's definitely better than some other onboard GPUs that we have seen on latest chips. Talking about the onboard graphics, we have got Intel UHD graphics for 10th generation Intel processors with the base frequency of 300 MHz and max dynamic frequency of 900 MHz. That's what it is. Definitely Apple's graphics are way better when we compare it with these graphics. 8 core GPU from Apple, it does wonders I should say, and that's just nuts in terms of performance, raw 4K video editing and stuff. Everything you throw at it, like graphical performance, is just amazing on the M1 based machine. And when we compare it with this thing, it blows it out again completely. Talking about the FinFET process, Apple is built on 5nm FinFET process. Yes, 5nm, whereas the Intel Core i3 10th generation processor is based on 10nm FinFET process. Yes, this is exactly double than what Apple M1 is built on. It's 5nm Apple M1, this is 10nm. Definitely this one is gonna generate a little bit more heat when we compare it with the Apple M1, and this will consume more battery life when we compare it with the M1. So speaking about the security and reliability, both of these chipsets will offer you high-end security and reliability based on their architecture. So based on the OS 2, like with Intel, you will get their top of the line security and reliability features. Also with Apple and macOS Big Sur, you will get a lot of security and reliability stuff. So I will not go in depth regarding these in this video. So yeah, either of these will give you like high-end security, that's for sure. So definitely people who are looking to buy the M1 based MacBook Air, definitely go for the M1 based MacBook Air, and at least don't go for i3 based MacBook, because you are getting so much extra performance for same price, guys. For example, in India, the MacBook Air i3 model is also sold offline, like in offline stores. I have seen this, and the price what they mentioned is exactly similar to the new M1 based MacBook Air. That's why you should definitely go for the M1 based MacBook Air whatsoever, because you're getting like a hell lot of performance for the price. Okay. So my end conclusion would be that definitely the MacBook Air, if you wanna buy, go for the M1 based MacBook Air, because you're getting a lot of performance for the price. Intel i3 based MacBook Air too, and yes, if you don't really know about the processors, you will end up buying that. And yes, they are trying to clear those stocks too. I have seen that in some stores. So definitely when you go to a store to buy a MacBook Air, go for the MacBook Air that has got M1 processor. Don't just go for the Intel Core i3 processor. No matter what, guys, just don't go for the Intel Core i3 processor MacBook Air. Yes, you will not get external GPU support on the M1. You will not get like more than one monitor support on the M1 based MacBook Air, and no upgradability, but that's not a big deal at all for the MacBook Air. You are getting a hell lot of performance for the price, definitely. And yes, there are workarounds going on the internet, like people are using some docks in order to make two monitors work. So yeah, that's one thing you can do, but do bear in mind, it can bottleneck your CPU too, because the M1 chip is not designed to handle more than one monitor. Still, it's handling it pretty well. I have seen a lot of user reviews too, and they say that they don't have any complaints regarding that, but I'm not sure about the long-term usage, like if you're using it with the two monitor setup. So yeah, that's what it is. So this was a quick little video comparing the Intel Core i3 10th gen processor with that of Apple M1 chip. Yes, straightforward comparison, and definitely Apple M1 blows this thing away, I should say. That's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Also do follow me on Instagram, link is in the description or it's appearing somewhere on the display. This is all about technology 24/7. Signing off for the moment. You guys have a great day. Peace.